in this lesson you will solve systems of equations by using elimination with addition, and we'll also use elimination with subtraction. So the tools you have in your toolbox right now are graphing, substitution, and this one is called elimination. And we're just going to focus on addition and subtraction with elimination today. So here's what elimination is. It's the use of addition or subtraction to eliminate one variable and solve a system of equations. Let me give you a tip here. If you have the same variable with the same coefficient, and for those of you who need an example of that, like 2x and 2x, then you're going to subtract. If you have the same variable with a opposite coefficient, so for example that'd be 2x and negative 2x, then you're going to add. So there's just a little clue for you. If I have the same variable with an opposite coefficient, we add. Same variable, same coefficient, we subtract. So let's try some. Let's practice. So if you look at this example, this is example 1. I have the same variable, these are both y, with opposite coefficients. Now these two x's are the same, but the coefficients are 4 and 3. Doesn't relate. But here I have opposite, so we're going to add. So we set this up just like the old-fashioned algorithm. 4x plus 6y equals 32, and remember we line things up, plus 3x minus 6y equals 3. And then we just add them. 4x plus 3x is 7x. 6y minus 6y is nothing, so I'm just going to leave that blank. Equals 32 plus 3, which is 35. Well, now I'm going to move this over a little bit. There we go. Just so that I can have the 7x equals 35, easier to solve. So I now solve for x. Divide by 7, and I get x equals 5. So my x value is a 5. Now to find my y value, we just plug it in to one of these. So let's just plug into this one. So this is 4 times 5 plus 6y equals 32. So that's going to be 20 plus 6y equals 32. I need to solve for y, so I'm going to subtract 20. So I get 6y is equal to 12, and then I divide by 6, so I get y equals 2. So I just found my one solution. My solution is 5, 2, and the way that I found that was by using elimination by addition. There's 2 examples of addition in your notes. Do those now, and then answer the question on the video. All right, example 2 deals with writing a statement. So negative 3 times one number plus 5 times another number. Well, we've got 2 numbers here. So we need to have let x be the first number and let y be the second number. So now let's write our example of negative 3 times one number. Okay, let's do that. Plus 5 times another number is negative 11. So there's that first sentence. Now we do 3 times the first number plus 7 times the other number is negative 1. So I would definitely want to use elimination of addition here because these are the same variable, opposite coefficient. This is a 5 and a 7, so we don't even use that one. So I'm just going to put a plus. These are going to be eliminated, the 3x and 3x, and so then I have 12y is equal to negative 12. I want to get y by itself, so I divide by 12, and I get y is equal to negative 1. So this second number is negative 1. Negative 1 is the second number. I need to find the first number, so I'm going to plug that into one of these. So let's just do this bottom one. So 3x plus 7 times negative 1 is equal to negative 1. So it's 3x plus negative 7 is equal to negative 1, so I'm going to add 7. And I get 3x equals positive 6. Divide by 3, and we get x equals 2.
Mariah Schreiner to the office, please. Mariah Schreiner to the office.
So my 2 numbers are 2 and negative 1. So we used elimination by addition to solve. There's an example of a real world, example 2, that I want you to try in your notes right now. And then you can answer it on the video. Now, example 3 is to use elimination by subtraction. And if you'll notice here, I have a t here and a t here, but they're not in the same order. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just rewrite this. So this is 2t plus 5r equals 6. And then this is 2t plus 9r equals 22. Do you see now how we have the same variable with the same number? So we want to use subtraction here. And when we use subtraction, we have to subtract everything. For example, if I wanted to subtract some pennies and some quarters from my coin purse, I'm going to take both pennies and quarters out. I'm not going to take just pennies out. So if I'm taking these values, if I'm taking them away, I have to take all of them away. So here's a couple different things you can do. There are some people that like to do this, and then they have to constantly come back to this sign. So it's 2t minus 2t, 5r minus 9r, 6 minus 22. And then I have some students that they think, boy, I'm not going to remember to come back to that, so they like to distribute the minus. And so that would look something like this. So I have 2t minus 2t, 5r minus 9r because it's a negative right here, 6 minus 22 because it's a negative. So you just kind of figure out which method you want to use, but you have to subtract all the way across. So 5 minus 9r is negative 4r, and 6 minus 22 is negative 16. I want to get r by itself, so I divide by negative 4, and I get r is equal to positive 4. And in this case, we're going to have QRST. Let's have r be the x value. Okay. Now, I want to put then the r into something so that I can find t. So we're going to do 2t plus 5 times 4 equals 6. 2t plus 20 is equal to 6. I subtract 20, and I get 2t is equal to negative 14. Divide by 2, and we get t is equal to negative 7. And if you don't understand the r and the t, how that relates, just always work alphabetical. X comes before y, r comes before t, so we did r first and then the t. So this is our solution by using subtraction. So now you try example 3, the subtraction example in your notes. All right, we're done.